Hello, everyone. Lately, you might have been seeing headlines like this one floating around the internet, so let's talk about it. So, if you've been anywhere in the Atlantic in the last few summers, you've probably seen beaches covered in thick mats of brown seaweed. While this may seem like a recent problem, this story actually began over a decade ago. You see, sargassum is a type of brown algae that, unlike most seaweeds, spends its entire life floating at the ocean surface, kind of like how I want to do. Out in the open Atlantic, it provides habitat for fish, crabs, shrimp, sea turtles, and many other marine animals. It's such an important ecosystem that NOAA considers it an essential fish habitat. See, for centuries, most Atlantic sargassum was found in the Sargasso Sea. Then in 2011, scientists began detecting unusually large blooms stretching across the tropical Atlantic. And then over the following years, those blooms continued to grow until they formed what we now know as the Great Atlantic Sargassum Belt. Scientists are still trying to understand exactly why or how this happened, but they believe several factors are involved: warmer oceans, changing currents, and an increase in nutrients into the Atlantic. In fact, more recent research even suggests that the Atlantic belt is here to stay. Now, although sargassum is an important offshore habitat, the story changes once it reaches the coast. You see, as large amounts wash onto beaches, the seaweed begins to decompose, releasing hydrogen sulfide, which is the gas that's responsible for the rotting egg smell. Thick accumulations can block sunlight, reduce oxygen levels in the water, and interfere with sea turtle nesting and create challenges for coastal communities that depend on tourism. But now, scientists are using satellite data to monitor these blooms and forecast where they'll likely be months in advance. And while that won't stop the seaweed from arriving, it does give communities more time to prepare and come up with a game plan. The Great Atlantic Sargassum Belt is a good example of how the same organism can play two very different roles. Offshore, it provides a habitat for an entire community of marine life. Along our coastlines, however, increasingly large blooms have become a growing environmental and economic challenge. And the sargassum attacked me when I was trying to paddleboard on the beach the other day, and I'm pretty sure it stole my paddle. But yay, nature!